welcome or happy to still have you. Good point. To the probably worst prepared session that has ever made it to a Yocto Project Summit, because I actually have no clue what will happen in the next 5 minutes. Housekeeping for this session. Mender has been mentioned a couple of times. I'm not going to talk about updates now. I just want to say they pay me and they love you. That's why they give me money to buy chocolates and booze for you and stickers and stuff. It is in the front row. I encourage everybody to just leave their laptops back there. Join me for a little party here in the front. Have a chocolate, have a drink, grab some stickers. If you put the stickers on fancy things and take photos of them, I can buy even more booze for you. Isn't this how marketing works? You give people booze? Okay, somebody gave me booze.
Thank you, Commander.
Okay.
So that you don't have to say it.
Yeah, very good. No, and with that, welcome to the first time that I'm doing actual live coding live in front of living people. The original plan was that I round up a dude who has actual experience in the Python world, so we can do some packaging of Python stuff right here on stage. Turns out that said dude unfortunately couldn't make it, so I tried to figure it out how to present it myself. Turns out I don't have a clue about Python. So I talked to somebody around here and said, like, I would like to package some Python. And he was like, hey, easy. There is this one package that I always use if I want to demo this. So, I'm set. I prepared a Yocto build, really standard stuff. Yeah, speak up.
You have a non-laptop here? Since you have a ARM laptop?
Yeah.
Take a mic.
Could you elaborate on the laptop you're using? I see very weird things like ARM64, but also an Apple.
Yeah, that's a MacBook Pro.
Okay. So, but it's Ubuntu?
It's in parallels. I'm just using a virtual machine so I can build stuff. Very good. Hey,
thanks.
Somebody is actually looking at things that I do. That's crazy. So, yeah, okay, build setup. I have a Ubuntu machine that I did the standard quick start build for ScottCup. I added Meta Open Embedded. I added Meta Python. I added systemd just so it feels somewhat familiar to me. And just to prove that it actually works, I'm going to give you a quick boot. And finally, again, it's QEMU ARM64 for no good reason. It just feels familiar to me to do something like that. I'm going to shut it down right now. You're the craziest bunch that I've presented in the last couple of years, because usually when I say I have free booze, everybody comes jumping at me. Seriously, what's wrong with you people? Okay, while this shuts down, I'm going to pour you some.
That should happen after 5th drink.
The plan is just to make this place stinky.
To avoid spoiling it, you can pass it on.
Sticky.
Joseph, I feel like in high school.
Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, just pass them out somewhere. I feel so.
Just give it.
You want the bottle, right?
Yeah, please.
Just
Was ist denn das?
Das ist der gute Stoff.
Wieso tust du so wenig?
what if the conference security people come?
that just happens if it's the two of us. Okay, let's go back to actual coding. So, dude said to me, just use a thing that's called GPI 0 and smash DevTool upon it. I was like, okay, that actually sounds like I could do that. So I looked where the repository is, github.com. I can memorize it. GPI 0. So their sources, it says it's something GPIO, it's something Raspberry Pi, and it's something Python. So I thought it fits the bill. I took it, and then I said, DevTool. I can't remember what DevTool does, so DevTool. And I was like, okay, what will probably give me a new recipe? It says add. Okay, DevTool, add. Oh, what could I possibly use? DevTool, oh, and it's not that pretty to read, but I guess that, okay, a recipe name and a source tree. I'm just trying it. Okay, it's called GPI 0. GPI 0. I'm mistyping. And because I don't know any better, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna try with this URL. Let's see what happens. Go ahead and find out. And DevTool runs off and looks at it and says like, smash.
There was an extra character at the end.
Yeah, it's live coding. Here it is. Thank you. I also have chocolates for those who do not drink. And it says, okay. Source tree is build directory. Might do the recipe. Look at the code. Okay. Let's look at the code. Build. We're in build. Workspace. Recipes. GPO 0. GPO 0. And turned out it actually has understood that this is a Python package. It successfully inherited setup tools. And this was the part where I was really surprised. Usually, if you do things, then it says like, it probably looks like this, but I don't get the dependencies. I really have no clue what you're doing. And I look at this and it's like, okay, this has like carved out 10 dependencies. It doesn't sound too bad. Plus, it is actually like only 10 lines of payload. That looks awfully close to being real functional. So, okay. Let's just give it a try. So, bit big. No?
Because this works.
I see some discussion coming up. That's good. That's good. Actually, fun fact. I've used DevTool quite a bit in the past. You know, what the one missing thing is in DevTool? Clean. You can do DevTool build, DevTool deploy, all of those fancy things, and it should feel like home to you if you're using an SDK and an ESDK. But the ESDK does not export bitbake directly, so there is no clean. No, that cleans the recipe. But if I'm working on code with a broken build process, or I'm doing application iterations, then it would be so nice to have DevTool clean and then reiterate. Story from my life. This is actually the only patch I've ever tried to submit, and it fell through the cracks somewhere. So I still have no patch in Yocto anywhere. So it did build. Probably we should try to install it. This is as far as I got in the preparations. We're on completely uncharted territory now. So conf local. Yeah, but the target is not running. DevTool deploy target if I had a connection somewhere, but it is not there. Plus, I don't have a Raspberry Pi, and that's also where I was like, okay, the guy who said I should use this library, he was well-meaning because he gave me a library that actually works, but he gave me a library that I can present. So yeah, we're in this together. I can rebuild the image, the back core image base, because that was the one I just started out with.
You could also deploy to QMU.
I could, but it would need to be running.
Yes, but you can start.
Possibly. Which is true. Like I said, I'm completely unprepared because of things happening this week, starting out with flooding and other presentations and buffs and other conferences and a lot of beers in between. And that's why, like I said, this is group therapy, or it is my therapy. I don't care. And that's why I warned you. You're allowed to leave. You're also allowed to do other things. And usually during my live coding sessions, I do one thing until it breaks, and then I try to find something else that we can do. So we are building now. Hopefully we have an image real soon that will hopefully contain this Python thing. And this is the part in my live coding where you usually be like, okay, and what shall we do? Yeah, you have got an idea?
Yes, of course.
Ah, perfect. I know I can trust you.
Just make a layer, and with dev to finish, you move it there and see if it still builds.
It's nice to have an external brain like you, because I actually have prepared a layer and I forgot about it. Awesome. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's just build it. Let's see if it's there. Leon can hopefully tell me where I can check if GPI 0 is installed. Probably user share Python something. Oh.
Just check the YPDD data.
Ah, thanks. Yeah. It's getting always better. Okay, so we check first and then we boot. OE package util, package data util. That's a good one. Yeah, I always forget about that. Package.
Package files,
Oh, very cool. Very cool. List. Package. Files and then GPI 0, right? Unless the split goes wrong somewhere.
and here it's obvious.
Just checking if there's no, it's just the library, right? Oh, okay. Pin out, pin test.
Not Pinterest, very good.
Oh, okay. Let's boot this up and see what happens if we run this. Run QML. No graphic. Okay, root, pin test. Ah,
Color zero missing.
see, we're doing,
But it told us this already before. In the recipe,
it told us that it might possibly be missing.
in the recipe, if you look into it,
Yes.
something about color zero is mentioned.
Yep, I actually only remembered SpideF being possibly missing. Okay, we're doing things here. Okay, power off. Color zero. The usual first place to go if something is missing. There's color zero. And I guess we're stuck right now. No, it's there. Color zero. Let's see. We're just trying. Okay. Where is the recipe? Actually, now then it becomes questionable. There is a question back there. Can somebody please pass the mic? The question is, how did it get some of the dependencies but not that one?
It's color zero, not Python color zero.
Yeah. Okay. So in because the statement of the dependency is just color zero, it doesn't make the transition that it might be called Python 3. Oh, okay, interesting.
But the other packages are Python 3 produced as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do have a remark. This package is on PyP, and last year I upstreamed some patches so you can use devtool add with a PyP URL, and it will benefit of the PyP infrastructure. And actually, you will have this error depends on the package.
Let's try this.
Maybe that was your next move. So you should remove the first. You
Dev
did.
tool add. I'm going to be creative here. Exactly. So Python 3, GPIO 0. How does a PyPy URL look like?
Just go on PyP and type GPR 0 and you will have it.
GPIO 0.
Yeah, first link.
So I can install.
Yeah,
I can
you can
just
just copy past the URL.
Okay. Awesome.
Different name.
It is a different name.
Yeah. And
Okay.
actually, it will be the default name will be prepended with Python 3 as you wrote it, using this URL.
Are you willing to bet on this?
Already in the workspace.
Obviously not.
Yeah, but because you already had one. But
Yeah, but it is now called Python 3 GPIO 0. So obviously the logic is off somewhere. It happens. Let's see. Okay. So, no, workspace, recipes, Python 3. Inherit, PyPy setup.
so you have the error
okay.
depends right now.
It has found more things.
Yes, and inherits PyP BB class.
Hmm?
So there's the last line, it's new with PyPy package.
That is an
I think that's because the names doesn't match the recipe name and
that would have been my question now. What does that actually mean? What does the PyPy package thing?
Okay, this is because sometimes on PyP you have a read name with lowercase or uppercase, maybe dash. So this is a unified name. So the recipe will be Python 3 GPR 0, but sometimes you have on PyP some real name, and your URL in PyP BB class is using this PyP package variable to fetch it.
Okay. Summary for future self. If I ever get confused about package names versus PyPy names, I look at this variable.
Yep.
Okay. I think I can memorize that. Thank you. You're my pair programmer now. Obviously, you got the job. Okay. Then let's put that one into the build. Like I said, I'm perfectly fine with giving everything a try.
Shouldn't it be a dependency of G?
What should be a dependency? No. Go ahead.
No, if this shouldn't be the dependency of the packages we are trying to get running first time.
it's the same. We're just replacing it with another URI.
Okay.
Different storage with the same one.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Did you add it? No.
I added it. Can somebody please hold a microphone in front of Robert's mouth?
I'm just saying how dearly I don't love Python, because all these dependencies are actually resolved in runtime. Yeah. So in another programming language, in a different universe, all these could be resolved in build time actually, because we have already a list of what's needed somewhere. And there are actually tools which can do this, but that's then more challenging. I mean, you try to run something like you did, and
Yeah, but that's because it's an interpreted language.
yes, but still you could in runtime already. I mean, because of the dependency lists you have in runtime, it just told you I'm missing that before already. You know what I mean?
But given a strictly interpreted language, it doesn't know until it hits the import statement.
Yes, but we saw already, for example, this dependency is missing before we even ran it. We saw it also with running, but from the description, what are my dependencies, we see that this stuff, this zero thing was missing.
So you're saying that you're a pessimistic and Python is an optimistic. Because you say, I already know in advance that it will go bad, and Python says like, I'm just going to try, maybe it magically shows up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe actually you don't need it because the command I'm calling it has to be.
Maybe somebody else distorted.
Someone, and that would be the Android approach. Things appear magically. We've learned that at the Build Systems microconference. We don't know how to build a kernel. We just expect it to magically show up. Literally. Okay, where are we? I actually think Ross wanted to say something, but he's hiding in the back. Yeah, please give him a microphone. I only understood I have a patch.
Ship it.
Which is not that exciting coming from your mouth.
Robert's right, Python's a pain with dynamic high depends, but I've got a patch that will extract the metadata from the Py projects and automatically add R depends for you. So if the package metadata in PyPy is correct, then you get magic hard depends, which should solve some of the problems.
I can't follow, but people are nodding in the front, which means it probably makes sense. Okay, anyways, we gotta boot it again. Pin, test. I mean, I'm okay with it not being locate Pi revision.
You're not running Pi. You test on a Raspberry Pi.
Okay, and I guess that is a fair statement.
It gives a solution. You can set it to unlock the environment variable to still run.
Okay, you can read better than I do.
So it looks like we can just set the environment variable GPO0 pin factory. Maybe it runs.
Yeah, let's find out.
It seems like Nemo has emulation support for Raspberry Pi as well. So you can emulate Raspberry Pi directly. I don't know how to do this, but that's fine. Yes.
It tells us something. Okay. Okay. Proceed with that. Hey, it says okay. It says testing okay. I hereby declare that we have created a new H code base because it has runtime testing and it says okay. I consider this a very successful wrap up of my presentation. Like I said, I'm kind of sorry for not being better prepared, but I hope you could enjoy a little bit of fooling around with me. And like I said, thanks everybody for being with us. Just let me be emotional for 1 second. Okay? Thanks everybody for being part of Yocto project and making this happen. We hope to see you around real soon. See you on the mailing list, see you on IRC. See you especially on Yocto project summit early December. And yeah, like I said, thanks. I hope you've had a good day, and Leon will now enlighten us with some additional real wisdom.
I just wanted to do some nitpicking.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
That's okay. You don't like my hat, right?
Can you show the recipe again?
I think I can. I think I can.
Try to be friendly because it gives me food.
Yeah. I can also give you chocolates. Oh, that's interesting.
You can use Control A, Control X to leave QEMU. So much faster.
Yeah, but that was faster. No, MacBooks also don't reboot that fast. Okay, Leon, recipe.
So you had this generated PyP package name, right?
Seems so.
But in this case, it's not needed because it's the same name as if you get rid of this line, the default will be the same value, and it's no point to have this line in there.
Okay, Ross, can we have a patch for that?
Actually, I did write this, and I had to use it to add it because we cannot know at this point if it is the same or not. And there is a statement saying that this is you have to edit this recipe to get it working. So at some point we add some variables that we don't know if they are mandatory or not, but you can remove it when you finish a recipe.
The logical consequence would be after stuff finishes, you compare the guess with the actual thing that you're seeing, and if they are equal, you don't write it in.
You can remove them, yeah.
Is this not related to AUH, where you can find the package on PyPy and see if there is an update maybe? Because based on the name of the recipe, you would know the name on PyPy.
I don't know. Alex probably knows things about AUH. I just know it mail bombs me.
Well, I find this whole PyPy naming a bit of confusing mess because they keep breaking stuff. Sometimes they changed. So PyPy whole naming thing is a confusing mess, and they keep breaking it. So it's lowercase, uppercase, underscore, dash, this and that, and it keeps needing to be tweaked. So yes, we have defaults in PyP, and they sometimes work, and sometimes PyP changes things behind our backs, and they stop working, and then it needs to be tweaked. So I like that it's put explicitly in the recipe, because that way at least you know what it is by looking at the recipe.
I spent far too long staring at PEPs and discovered that there are standards, just that no one respects them. So when setup tools is fixed, everything should be consistent, but unfortunately people still use setup tools.
Were you at my rant yesterday? Yeah. Because it was exactly that.
Oh, and by the way, when you add the new recipe, run DevTool latest version on it, or I will tell you off.
Okay. By the way, Robert reminded us
that make sure that the latest version check works.
Zero. Meta. Vienna. Source is not clean.
You can use minus dash F.
And you shouldn't have the
force it.
The dots as well. Just the name of the recipe, the layer.
I will give this a try.
Dash F.
I just happened to know that I created the layer, but I did not add it. Okay, bitbake layers, add layer, meta, Vienna. At the moment, it's still in workspace.
Ah, yeah, sorry.
Continuing as requested by force. That's a nice line. In a future life, I'm gonna be a sneaky error message writer. Fun fact, because this will take a couple of minutes. is there anybody in here old enough to know that there once was an operating system that was famous for having error messages in Latin?
The Romans wrote.
See, I can't memorize DevTool, but I can memorize stupid things. So, Multics, like one of the Unix predecessors, it was a very rare corner condition where the developer thought it would never ever happen. And that's why he made a joke and entered the text for the error message in Latin. He went off. It took years. And at one point in time, they upgraded that machine on an installation. It didn't boot back up, and they just got this cryptic error message. They traced him down. They phoned him in the middle of the night, like 3:30, and asked, "What is this shit?" And he was like, "Huh? What? And then he said, "Yeah, but please translate it." And the error message was today the tree has grown a second root. They were trying to boot the system, giving it 2 root partitions for whatever reason. And that is the mythical Latin error message. It's completely irrelevant, but it got me across the DevTool. Okay, it is. Robert, I think we can keep this in workspace, right?
It should have erased everything relevant there.
Yeah. Okay. So you say pitback the recipe or the okay. Okay.
I mean the image of the recipe, whatever you like. It should reprint the recipe now.
Okay. Let's find out. Doesn't look too bad. Should we just like look at it again with OE package data editor? No. Yeah, Python 3. No, it doesn't look too bad, right?
You want to know if it comes from a layer, you can use feedback layers, show recipes, I think.
Yep.
And you can see if it comes from a workspace or the layer. You can do that to fine.
Show recipes. No, that one. Here it is. Grab GPIO 0. That should do the trick, hopefully. Minus N2 or so. What? But I'm not talking about bitbag layers.
Yeah, but then you have pieces for your recipe. I think. Yes.
Okay.
Show layers .. help. Show recipes.
He said show layers. Show recipes, okay. PN spec, huh? So that's the old name. Yeah, I was curious if it gives me both because it's a regex or if it just looks for exactly that one.
Wildcards allowed, so you can try that.
I should have been okay. Let's find out. No, see, I didn't need that quote. Not too bad. It's the interesting side effect. Who can spot it? Yeah, the one is good. The other one is not. Okay, other cool things we should do. Or should we stop?
Drinking.
I'm all in. You didn't grab one. There's